College of Technology. In the lecture series, steam power cycles, we have discussed about the ideal Rankine cycles, we have discussed about the Rankine cycle. Okay. So here, there are four major processes. Okay. So here, isentropic expansion, isentropic compression, and then constant pressure process. Okay. There are constant pressure process, isentropic process. So coming to the 1 to 2, here if you take here, this is taken as the turbine. Here this is a turbine. Okay. So in 1 to 2, isentropic expansion takes place. Okay. And then 3 to 4. Here 3 to 4 heat is ejected. So it takes place in the condenser. This takes place at constant pressure. Next 4 to 5. Here this is 4 to 5 and then 6 to 7. Here these are pumps. So isentropic expansion takes place in both the pumps. And 7 to 1, what happens is heat addition takes place. So how this working takes place is this high pressure and high temperature turbine passes through this turbine. So the heat is expansion takes place and then heat is extracted in the turbine. So here the steam which is extracted is called as the bleed steam. Okay. So this bleed steam, what happens is taken and used for the waste heat recovery system as the fluidless water heater heats the fluid. Okay. So thus the feedwater which is supplied to the boiler is getting heated with the help of this blood stream. Okay. So what is the benefits of the regenerative cycles? Is this what the idea which is made is really solving our empathy? So here 1% of the fuel consumption is saved for every 9-degree temperature of temperature rise of the feed water. So with the waste heat we are increasing the temperature so that the fuel consumption is reduced. So normally it directly affects the pollution. Okay. So the overall thermal efficiency, fuel consumption reduced. So when the fuel consumption reduced, what happens is the fuel cost has been reduced. It not only reflects in our profit and indirectly to reduce the CO2 emissions, and then as the water is getting heated, the corrosion of the turbine blades will not take place. Okay. So it increases turbine life. These are some of the things, and we can calculate the turbine work, compressor work, heat input and thermal efficiency based on the enthalpy in the various stages. Okay. And some advantages are the primary fuel which are used is we are using coal. So this fuel cost is reduced. Okay. And then the fuel efficiency is increased. And emission is the today major. We have to support we have to extend our support to our environment. So by using the regenerative cycle, this CO2 emissions is reduced. And as we told that the heat loss of the condenser is reduced because by using the bleed stream, we are extracting the heat and we are using for feed water heaters. So the overall thermal efficiency is increased and then corrosion is also reduced. Okay. So what is the disadvantages? So some initial cost is more for getting feed water filters and maintenance is the major disadvantages. Okay. Now let us summarize. Okay. So in the Rankine cycle, what we have discussed is we have discussed about the introduction of the Rankine cycle, and we have discussed about the Rankine regenerative cycle, and we have discussed about the working principle, and then what are the processes involved, benefits, advantages, disadvantages, and how we are going to calculate the thermal efficiency obtained with the help of enthalpy, and then all the components and the concepts. So these are some of the references. You can refer for the additional knowledge. Thank you.